What's happening, my friend? Today we're gonna change the angle of these bad boys, the handlebars on my 2024 Harley-Davidson Road Glide. Now, I would do this outside and be a lot more comfortable, not bent over to be in frame, but it's 29 degrees, 20-mile-an-hour winds, and there's salt and snow on the roads, so I'm not doing it. We're here in the relative comfort of my trailer. Pretty easy job today, but I want to show you how to do it because I've done it on a couple other bikes, never done it on a Harley. So it'll be a little bit different, but don't worry if you can't see all the details in there. I'll get the close-up shots later. But we're gonna need a 1/4-inch socket, and I've got a torque wrench, and let's get going. Ideally, you would put a cover over the tank, but instead, I'm gonna sit here, and we've got 4 bolts to loosen up, and then we'll change the angle. See, what had happened was, where I'm sitting, the angle from the bars, and you can see this, right? Yeah. The angle from the bars to the levers is slightly down. So if I stand the bike up, I've got the key in my pocket so it doesn't set off the alarm. There's a slight downward angle. I want the levers up here. But the adjustment on the hand controls here, you can't get that. So we're gonna bring the bars down a little bit. And I am nerdy enough that I actually looked at footage from my test ride, footage from my ride home, and then compared 2 pictures, one of this bike and one of the test ride bike, and I was able to see that these bars are above the plane, and I'll show it on screen now, above the plane of the forks, where the test ride bike was below the plane of the forks. So we're gonna change the angle just a little bit. We're gonna do it nice and easy, lemon squeezy. So I've got it set on loosen, crack this bolt loose, and the biggest thing you have to worry about with these bikes is going to be making sure you don't pinch any cables. So I'm just going to get each of these 4 bolts a little bit loose, not crazy loose. I don't want the bars falling down on me because, again, I'm working without a net. Oh, this one's on like a booger. I don't know who's torqued it, but I'll share the torque specs later. And I've got my arms positioned to catch the handlebars should they fall. Hey, there you go. All right, so we have plenty of room. Now I've adjusted my torque wrench to go the other way, and I want them down about like that, I think. So I'm going to start with the top. I'm going to torque it up a little bit. There we go. Just snug. We're just snugging at the moment. All right, now I want to check my angle. Like, these are great. They're down further. I want to look at the plane, and obviously I don't have a lot of room here in the trailer. So we're just going to keep a hand on the bars. And I'm looking at the bars now. They are below the plane. So what I mean by below the plane is the angle of the handlebars here is lower and further back than the angle of the forks. So it's down a little bit. I may want to go slightly up with that, just a little, just a hair. There is knurling inside this clamp and you don't want to damage it. So I'm going to hold on the right bar and loosen these bad boys. Remember, they're just like finger tight, right? There we go. That should be good. Yeah, we want to go to about there, I think. What I'm shooting for is a straight line from my wrist to my fingertips. And I've got that on the right. Yeah, that feels pretty good right there. This one's a little higher than this one, but that's because I adjusted the hand control angle at one point. Yeah, okay, so that's good. And let's see. Now that they're sort of snug down, yeah, they're just below the plane. So before I torque them down, I want to make sure that these bad boys are snug. Yeah, that one's there. That one's already feeling tight. Okay. So now we want to torque them. This might be tricky, but I've got my torque wrench. I've got it set to 18 foot-pounds. Yep, I'm at the 15 line plus 3, so that's 18 foot-pounds. Whew, it is cold out here. All right, torque wrench set. We're gonna start on the top here and get those squared away, and then we'll move down. So I wanna make sure that my Allen key is set in there. There we go. Hook our torque wrench to it. And I wanna be very careful not to bang on anything. So we're gonna keep a straight line on it. There it is. We'll do the other one. Make sure we get it lined up. There we go. There we go. All right, let's do the bottom two. And for this, I want to change my angle because I'm going to hit that windshield. Wow, that one was loose, huh? There it is. And the torque specs for this project are between 16 and 20 foot-pounds, which is why I've set my torque wrench at 18. Almost there. There it is. Proper torque specs on the 4 bolts here. Now let's change this ever so slightly. Now for these, I believe they're 3/16. Yep. And then on the stock bars, that's a little loose. Let's see if this one fits. Yeah, there you go. That's a T27. So T27 for the stock bolts, 3/16 for the Zero 3D bolts. Now the process is the same for both sides, but I want these controls, this lever really, just down very, very slightly. So we're just gonna loosen this up. There it is. Wow, we can bring it up further. Wow, that's crazy. I don't want to do that. So there's a tab in the back of the control housing and a slot in the handlebar itself that allows for this movement. They won't move side to side, but it allows you some up and down movement. But I'm going to go with sitting on the bike and figuring out where it feels comfortable, because that's what it's all about. Now, if I stand the bike up and I look at my controls, this one's up a little bit higher. Yeah, I want it right about, see, I'm basing off the right-hand bar. Yeah, I want it right about there. So I'm just gonna snug it down. In fact, I want to loosen the bottom one ever so slightly. I shouldn't be able to hurt anything doing this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to snug the top one down just like I did the handlebars. So put them back where I want them. Right there. 2 ugga-duggas. There we go. Now to make sure we didn't pinch any wires, turn the bike on. We're in first gear. All our lights come on. Everything seems right. I'll have to fire it up to get the heated grips to make sure they're working. So we'll put it in neutral, start the bike. Everything seems to be working just fine. All right, I've moved the bike back up forward. Bars feel good, they're torqued on properly. Back it up just slightly. It's tight spaces in here. There we go. And now that I can look at the bike a little bit better, the angle is just about perfect, I think. I think it's gonna be real nice. Left and right are about equal. They're pretty close. The bolts are snugged up. We didn't booger anything up. Take a little precaution, maybe put a tank down for your job. Oh, it is so cold out here. I'm gonna go in the house. Thank you for watching. This has been a lot of fun. If you got anything out of it, leave me a comment below. And if you want to see more like this, I don't know, I don't really tinker on the bikes much, but this was a super easy thing to do. So I decided to just do it myself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, here's another video for you to watch. And I've got your 2 mantras. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day. And 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe it's hunching over in your trailer, recording a video. No, don't do that. Bye.